So here is the factory 04 GMC Envoy type air pump. And here is the pump off of a Cadillac DeVille. This is off like a 2004. So 04 to 05 should all be the same. This one here is actually, you can take it apart. You can lube the bearings, change the bearings, you know. This is a Bosch unit. There we go. This one is, I don't know what it is, but it's sealed. The case is, you know, thermal welded together. This had water in it. These are junk. If you get one of these at the junkyard, it probably won't work. But if you get one of these, you know, you're in good shape. The motor's bad, you can always just change just the motor too. This one also fits in the factory bracket. It's, when you put them on there, the hoses would be clocked a little bit higher. But other than that, and I don't see any issue with that yet. But I think it's fine. This is Envoy bracket, and this is the DeVille bracket. And the bolt patterns are the same. The hoses are the same size. The plugs are different, so you will have to cut your plug and adapt this Bosch style plug to your wire. To me, that's an easy problem fix there, so no big deal. And this should get rid of that pesky check engine light. So there you go. So here is that Bosch pump off of the Cadillac. And as you see here, these bolts here, this can be a little bit difficult to get off because these are mounted in rubber. And when you go to turn these, the rubber just spins and spins. So there is a metal washer at the end. So what I did is I took a pair of vice grips and I clamped it like this on there. Then I was able to get the nuts off. So that's the best way that I found to do it. I mean, a nut splitter would probably do the trick too, but this way here is quicker. That's how I did it. On the original Envoy pump, it had a different type of mounting tab. This one actually fits in a slot, so you can actually slide these out. They still have the rubber in the middle there, but these did come off easy, so I didn't have to clamp these. So, but these, I'm not using these now because that's not the kind of that this Bosch pump has. As you see, these are like studs on each end with rubber in the middle. You can buy these. So they're called air pump, you know, mounting bushings. So, but these are okay. I managed to get them off without breaking it. So, what's going on there? So here's what that Bosch pump looks like after it's bolted in to the GMC Envoy Trailblazer size adapter. And here is the original pump. And that's just about the way they sit. So you can see the hoses are clocked just a little bit, but there should be room under there. If not, I'm going to let you know because I can do something with this if that's the case. Here I am. So I'm under the driver's door. That is the passenger front tire right there. And these three bolts right here are the three bolts that need to come out. This one, and this one. So these three need to come out. And the wiring connector for the relay and the wire that goes to the motor on the pump. That's how you lift that out. And here, on these hoses, you squeeze these here and here like this, and you pull off. They can be a little stuck after being on there for a while, but that's how those come off. And they will go back on the same way. So here's the cord. This section here came off of the old pump, right here where I cut it off. And this is the Bosch plug from the Cadillac. And I used two connectors and made that. I also took a hacksaw and cut this pump apart to see what was going on in there. And of course, it does turn, but it's very tight. as you can see, it actually, I don't know if the shaft's turning or not. I think this impeller might be turning on the shaft. Yeah, it's locked up pretty good. One of the problems with these is it's mounted low, and the air source and the exit for the air from this pump is high. So water, seems to, collect inside of these pumps, and so it causes issues with them. So there's another problem. I thought about maybe drilling a small hole in the that Bosch pump right at the bottom, just a little hole here at this location in the in that Bosch, so the water would have a weep hole, so that might work. So here we go. Here's the pump right here. I took it back off so I could put the cord on because I didn't have the cord. Anyway, you see that is the passenger side front tire, and the pump mounts right here above this cross member, corner brace right here, and you got 3 bolts here. You got one there, here, and here that hold the bracket under this light. To hold this bracket down. See the holes here. So that's how you get to that. Here's the relay. This is the relay for the pump. So I have to go from this connector on here to the pump, and that'll be it. And I can bolt it back on there, and hopefully bye-bye check engine light. Well, here, pump test. This is what these should sound like. When it runs. So here's the end of one of the hoses, and they both have the same kind of connector. One hose bigger than the other, so you can't hook them up backwards. And you see this right here, there's one of these on either side, and you simply squeeze it, there and there. And it takes a lot of pulling and twisting because, they're stuck on there after a while. But that's how that's what, when you squeeze them like that, that's what releases them. Because the little tabs are right here where these are. So when you squeeze it, so there you go. So this smaller hose is the pressure hose. And when I went to put it back on, it kind of doesn't want to stay on there very good. So, and it will blow off if it doesn't snap on good. So I end up putting a zip tie here underneath this one that wraps around the outlet, and I got underneath this tab right here so it won't pull off the end. And I have this zip tie up around this crimp ring right here. I'm probably going to have to put metal ones on here, metal zip ties later. I don't have any at the moment, but attached up here, this is a good attach point. And like I said, a metal one wrapped around here and here. It has to be smaller though, so you can't use a real big zip tie because it has to fit through this. Or you could use mechanics wire. But I don't think any tape's going to do the job here. So I don't want to, there's an O-ring on this small pipe, which I had to lubricate because I didn't want to slide on. But after I slid it on, now it wants to be loose. So anyway, this should hold it on there until I get some metal clamps, and I think that's a good way to hold it on. But definitely this high pressure hose will blow off. The low pressure hose, the larger one here, fits tight, but it's suction, so it's not really going to be a problem anyway, even if it was, except for vibration, of course, and stuff like that, it could come off. But it does fit tight, so we're good.